Hey, so something I wanted to share, and I guess something I want to start working on is kind of doing like tribe guides, especially focusing on early direction. I think it's really clear how a lot of the tribes play in the late game. There's a lot of two-card combos that kind of activate a tribe. But what a lot of people are kind of missing, and I think something that is one of the big gatekeepers to trying to move up from the like 7K to closer to the 8K MMR is getting to those late game scenarios with more secure minions and better minions that allow you to roll more and search for your late game combos. So today, focusing on Murlocs, we got a Murloc game playing in the background. Might be some of these strats, might have none of them. I'll be honest, I don't even remember the game. But you'll see late game Murlocs there. I think I did some of these strats in my latest Murloc video. Um, but anyways, let's just get in. A lot of this is going to be focusing on tier 1 through 4 minions. Because again, I think, past tier 4, a lot of the game has been solved in the sense of like what the best tribe boards are. But from there, like a lot of the end game is just trying to do its own weird things. The earlier game's a little more, I don't know, two card combo-y. So the first one that I kind of want to call out is actually from the start of the game. Something you might know is Rock Pool. If you're playing Shutterwalk, you're able to hero power itself on to get the 1/1 buff. So even though it doesn't get the initial buff, the battle cry from your hero power is able to proc on the Rock Pool. And this gives you a 4/5 minion for one cost going into turn 3, assuming you're hero powering it your first 2 turns. Turn 3, I'm assuming you might get a better battle cry or something like that. But where that's really good is most of the tier 2 minions are 3/4 bodies, so you have a 1 cost that's now trading above the 2 cost minions. So next one is looking at Mercules. I think Mercules is a really fun unit to kind of play around. I think it's kind of overlooked because it has this just 2 health and it normally trades 1 for 1 kind of thing. So what we're looking at are ways to get more than just that 1 for 1 value with it. A lot of this is going to be buffed on its ability to buff your hand. So this is going to be kind of more like a flex guide. Is you can do some combos with Mercules to buff long-term stuff for other tribes. So an example of this would be you could use it to buff a magnetic mech and kind of float into mechs that way. Imagine you play a Deflectobot and then you have a Mercules. You're buffing your magnetic that you're going to be using for the rest of the game. Um, Another thing you can do is if there's a lot of the 1/1 minions floating around, again, this kind of goes more into mech games, but I guess could also go into some of the smaller beasts, is you could use Ooze to give your Mercules taunt, and assuming it has enough health, then you're gonna get maybe 2 or 3 trades out of it in the hand buffing. And I think something to point out is if you think you're gonna get the hand buffs, it's normally worth playing down, maybe taking a little bit of health cost to get a long-term buff. Um, Another card is within the mechs kind of comboing is if you look at Scorpion, which is the 3/3 Death Rattle that gives him a magnetic 5/5. Imagine you have a Deflecto. Now you're giving your magnetics a 5/5 buff. You might be giving it another 2/2 with the Mercules combos that we're talking about. You now just got your magnetic and 8/8 on the Deflecto. So kind of keep an eye out for those like inner tribe combos. Um, Another one that we can look at is doing Mercules with the Forager, and this is the 3 cost Murloc that drags from hand. This way, Mercules is going to be self buffing itself every turn. And this way, you don't worry as much about the Mercules only trading once because now it's getting 2/2 every turn. So that's a really good mid game combo for just building a big minion that can stick around while you're stabilizing later. Another thing that you could look at doing with Forager, now that we're looking more at the 3 calls, is seeing it as a combo with hand adders. So let's say you're playing a front Drake on turn 6, I guess would be probably when it's about to proc. You could play a minion down, or let's say you do like a greedy level up. you could be playing a minion down, but because the front drake is going to be adding one of the dragons to your hands, you now have something for the forager to be dragging out. This also works with things like the Yashiraj hero power, um, or really like even magnetics. You know, anything that's adding a card to the your hand at the end of the turn, you now have a way to play it and potentially go for a greedier level up. And then I guess finally one of the last things is doing all these hand buffs, whether it be Scorpion, Forager, or Mercules, with Feathermane. This is a good way for you to potentially flex um, the beast side of the game. You know, if let's say instead of you getting the Feathermane in the super late game with Beast, and it's just a 5/5 that then goes through all the doubling, you now have a 10/10. If you have a bunch of Banana Slammers, you know that 5/5 initially would have become a 10/10. Now it's becoming a 20/20. Um, that's just some ways to kind of help get you through the early game. I guess once you get to tier 4, this is when you start thinking more long term about the Murlocs. This is when you start doing things like the beam counter. I guess a little thing is the Tad minion, the 2 cost. You can use that as a extra hand buff. And then I guess the last thing, I guess once we're going more into that pure Murloc direction, some just weird things to kind of think about when you're doing stuff with Bran. A lot of the time when you're doing the discovers with the forager, it's normally worth thinking about taking Tad instead of a pair, because of things like beam counter. It's also an extra card worth. You know, a pair itself doesn't do you much. You know, if you're playing both, I guess it does. But if you're really just playing the 2 minions, it's better to just have the extra minion, the extra gold, that gives you a roll to potentially find an extra gold generator with Bran. Um, yeah, and I guess what this does really well is this lets you have a bunch of stronger minions. You can then transition into the Murloc scams when you do the Bran. You know, keep an eye out for the things like the Belchers, the Murguls, the base skills. You know, I think endgame build with Murlocs is something like you've played something like 2 Corals, 2 base, 2 Belcher, a rotational unit, and then you just have a hand with like a bunch of giant beam counters and Murloc scam. Um, and what's really cool with Murlocs is you can even like drop the Bran and use the Bran's Blessing spell on turns that you find a bunch of gold generators. You still also like with this you have Titus Tribute, works really well with Murlocs. So they get a lot of payoff from the different cards that are in the pool currently. And then I guess the final thing that I haven't really thought about much that is really only for the late game Murlocs is when you're playing Coral, Fungus is actually a really good card to just keep in your hand as a just a big stat buddy for buffing the Coral. Probably don't want to do this if you're like doing some type of Murk-Eye forger thing for like discovering 8 cards like in my last video, but you know, if you're only discovering a couple cards each turn that your hand size is pretty manageable, this gives you just an extra, you know, depending on how many spells you've played, you know, it might just be an extra like 10 for 20 minion or however much that you're adding to your Coral. Just stats for free. So hope this helps you. I hope the early game combos help get you to a place where you can play Murlocs more efficiently in that late game. You know, I'm going to try doing this more with a lot of the tribes, because I think where a lot of people are falling short is they know the late game combos. You know, what they don't know is how to get there with enough health that you can roll and find those late game plays. So hope it's helpful. Hope you guys have a good one. See ya.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown, they wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises, and when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown, they wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises, and when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. too long. It hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign,